Want to know what the best Batman statue of all time is? We're going to count them down today. Find out next. Batman Statue Collector, your Dark Knight of Collecting, and welcome back to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. I'm so excited that you're back with us today because today we're going to be doing an awesome statue chat, and it's about, of course, Batman, duh. It's the greatest superhero of all time, at least that's in my opinion. But if you're watching this channel, chances are you like Batman too, and that's why you're here. And there have been so many great statues over the years. From all the way from Warner Brothers, all the way to Sideshow, Prime One, Queen Studio, XM Studio, you name it, Tweeterhead. There's so many that have been produced over the years. And some people say there's way too many Batman. But you know what? Batman's a very popular character. Batman sells, of course. And hey, I'm the Batman statue collector, so I'm all for it. The more, the better. But I get it. I get why some people maybe don't want as many produced. But today we're going to be counting down the best Batman statues of all time. And we did that through a poll on our Facebook group. That's Batman Statue Collector Brotherhood of the Bat. And if you're not a member, what are you doing? Come on, join it. I'll put the link down below. Make sure that you join us because we have great conversation. And we did a poll not too long ago, and we were able to vote. We voted for our top 5, basically. You had 5 votes. And I have an amazing list here. And the list consists of 10 all the way down to 1. But I also have a whole bunch of honorable mentions as well that I want to talk about with you guys. So without further ado, let's talk about which ones are the greatest statues ever made. All right, so coming in at number 10 with 23 votes in the group was the Prime One Studio Flashpoint Batman. If you're not very familiar with Flashpoint, Flashpoint is an alternative universe where Martha Wayne and Bruce Wayne died in the alley, and Bruce's dad, he is the one that survived. Thomas Wayne ends up becoming Flashpoint. Flashpoint Batman, I think, got a lot of votes here because it's a Batman that is unique. It is not made in statue form very often. I can't think of very many examples other than this Prime One piece. And it's so cool because it has a couple different swap outs. You have the swap out with the sword. You also have the double guns. It's just a really fun piece, and it's, again, very unique. We're not going to be getting very many Flashpoint statues from anybody, and so I tip my hat to Prime One for being brave enough to bring us that skin from the game, and it's just a really cool statue. So, again, it's a unique Batman for sure, and I think that's why it is number 10 on our list. Okay? Let's move on to number 9. Number 9, with 27 votes in the group, we have the Queen Studio Ben Affleck Justice League life-size bust. Man, I have talked about this on the channel ad nauseum. This thing is incredible. It is a beautiful, beautiful bust. It is the likeness is crazy good. There's stubble on the beard, on the chin. My God, what else do you need from a statue and a bust? It is phenomenal. It is resin, and it's also silicone. Definitely qualifies as a statue, and I'm really glad it made it on this list because I do feel like it is definitely top 10 worthy, maybe even top 5 worthy in my opinion, but remember, this is your list, not mine. So anyway, a great number 9 pick, just a phenomenal bust. Okay, let's move on to number 8. Number 8 had 30 votes, and it is the Prime One Batman Noel. Now this is a piece that I own. I absolutely love this piece. It was one of my very first Prime One pieces, and it is just from top to bottom a phenomenal piece. It is a beautiful sculpt. It is, of course, representative of Lee Bermejo, and it's directly from his art, and it is absolutely phenomenal. It still holds up to this day, in my opinion. It is incredibly good. The head sculpts are amazing. You can pose the cape. I can definitely see why this is still a very, very popular choice among collectors. It's still available. You're still able to find one from time to time fairly easily. I'm not sure if it's still up on the Prime One website. Probably is. But it's a great statue that I highly recommend. Definitely can see why it got this number. Now, number 7 on our list is an amazing statue in itself. I also own this one as well. It received 32 votes from the group, and it was, of course, the Prime One Arkham Knight. And it was my very first Prime One piece. This one still, again, holds up. It is a unique Batman because it's a very heavily armored Batman, and of course it's a video game version. But even if you don't like the video game, it's still a great Batman. It's still a unique presence in your collection. I love, again, that you can pose the cape however you want. It is just a really fun statue. I'm looking at it right now, and I just absolutely still love it. I love it. I love the base. I love the way he is posed. Yes, it is a boring museum pose, but it's still so iconic. He's looking off to the side, he's looking into Gotham, and probably contemplating on which villain he's going to capture next. But I can definitely see why this one's on the top 10. I think it should be on the top 10 because, again, it is just a phenomenal, phenomenal piece. Okay, all right, we're ready for number 6 then. Number 6 with 33 votes is going to be the Iron Studio Batman 1/3 scale. Now this is one that I do not own. I'm so happy for the collectors that own it. It's a phenomenal piece. There have been 2 different versions of it. There's been the blue version and then of course the black version. The blue version sold out very quickly. Very desired and sought after piece. But it's definitely, again, a phenomenal piece. Iron Studios, it's what really, in my opinion, helped put them on the map with this piece. Of course, they have some great Marvel pieces as well that they've been doing. I'm very excited about their upcoming Joker piece that they're going to be doing. I have that on pre-order, 1/3 scale. And again, just a phenomenal piece. The bat signal lights up. It's just fun. It's just a really iconic piece, iconic pose. And I can definitely see why collectors voted for this piece because it is beyond phenomenal. Okay? All right, we're ready for number 5 then, with 35 votes this time. So all of these are very close. You have to understand. It could go up and down depending on which vote. But anyway, we have 35 votes. We have the Prime 1 Batman Who Laughs. Another piece that I recently just got in. This is probably my favorite piece in my collection right now. It is one of the best sculpted things I've ever seen in my life. It's borders on terrifying. It borders on horror because that's exactly what it is. It's this terrifying monster of a Batman. And it's definitely a unique take. People have really liked this character. And you know, over the years, there's all these villains that have been introduced, and this one seems to like really be, that really takes the cake. It's the one that really speaks to people. And because he's so terrifying, he's that mix between Batman and Joker. It's just a lot of fun, and I can definitely see why it made this list. Now, I can't believe it's already up to 5. Like, I figured it might be down lower because it's such a new statue. But that just speaks to me how good it is. And I can testify right now it is absolutely outstanding. Just what an amazing statue it is. I absolutely love it. So, again, number 5, great choice. We're ready for number 4 then. Number 4 on our list with 40 votes is the Prime 1 Hush Batman. Again, another statue that I own. It's right up here. A phenomenal statue. It's definitely one of my favorites in my collection. This one gets a little bit of flack because of its pose. It is, of course, taken directly from the Jim Lee art, but it does look like it's leaning a bit. Prime 1 solved that problem with the pillar. Mine wasn't leaning anyway, but just in case, it does give collectors peace of mind. But it tells you, being at number 4, it tells you how iconic of a piece it really is. It is a beautiful, beautiful statue, beyond fantastic. And I just feel like it definitely could have been like a number 1 choice. I could definitely have seen it go that way because Prime 1 did a phenomenal job on this piece. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend it. It's a great number 4 pick. All right, so we're getting down to the top 3 here, and 3 and 2 actually was a tie. They both had 53 votes apiece, but it did list this one as number 3 on the list, and that is the Prime 1 Dark Knight Master Race. And it is a brand new statue that collectors are absolutely in love with. This is a piece that I did have on pre-order, but I did end up canceling it just because of space, and I'm glad I did because I just don't think I would have had room for it at the end of the day. But, oh my God, it is a phenomenal statue. A lot of people say that it might be the best Batman statue ever produced. Again, could this one have been number 1 or 2? Sure, because it's a very, very good statue. It is really fun, epic piece, of course, from Frank Miller's work. Absolutely fantastic. Of course, the Gabriel Del Auto cover is where the art was actually inspired from. Oh, just a beautiful statue. I mean, what is not to like on this thing? Great swap out, so many different parts to it. You can have the grapple, you can have, or the hook, you can have the shotgun. Absolutely phenomenal piece. I just love it. Do I wish I could have had it in my collection? Yes, I do. If I had a bigger collection room rather, it would have definitely been in here. Definitely. Okay. So anyway, we're ready for number 2 then next. And number 2, again with 53 votes, is the Prime 1 Dark Knight Returns. So again, we have the Returns, which was the OG piece, then the Master Race, which was 3, but this one's number 2, the Dark Knight Returns. This was one that I'm going to be honest, I never loved. I never loved this piece because I didn't love the source material. I don't love that story. I don't love Frank Miller's art in that book. I know it is beloved, and I get it. I understand it completely, but it's just never been my favorite. So that piece didn't speak to me like some of the others. I personally think that Master Race is better than the Dark Knight Returns piece, but I think that I am, for the most part, in the minority there. Although some collectors are starting to sway back to a Master Race because I feel like it's just such a better sculpt. But the Dark Knight Returns piece, rather, is a phenomenal piece. I understand why collectors love it. It's a cool piece. It's gritty. It's got the blood. It's got some switch outs, which are great, and it really does tell that story from the art. So if you love that art, by God, go for it. This is an awesome piece. But for me, again, it's just not my favorite art, so it's not a piece that I would have collected. But I can understand, like I said, how great of a piece it is and why it's so beloved, because that story is so beloved, and just a very cool piece overall. Okay, so we're ready for number 1, but we're not going to get to number 1 quite yet because I do want to talk about some honorable mentions. Okay, so I'm going to go back down below the list, and I'm not going to say which one's which number-wise, but I'm going to tell you how many votes they got. Because I just want to mention them because there's a lot of other great Batman statues that didn't make the top 10 that I do want to refer to. So we had 17 votes for the Sideshow Modern PF, and it's the one right back here behind me. It's a phenomenal piece. I love it. I actually sold my OG Batman piece because I did feel like this one was better and fit my case better. It's a fun sculpt. It grew on me. I didn't like it at first, but I'm really glad that I picked it up because it's a fun, great Batman piece, and I think its popularity has grown ever since it's released. That's just what I see in the community. Also with 17 votes, we have the Prime 1 Studio Batman Beyond. Another fun piece. I did own that one for a while, reviewed it for the channel. It's a fun piece as well. It's iconic because it's Batman Beyond. There's not a ton of Batman Beyond pieces. I'm very excited for the Daniel Bell piece that's coming out from Sideshow, and that might make the list if we ever redo this list. It would be interesting to revisit this list in a year and see if it's changed. But Batman Beyond, again, Prime 1 did a great job. With 18 votes, we have the Prime 1 Arkham Origins. So again, another great statue, another alternate version of the Arkham line. It's a fun statue. I did not buy it again because I didn't feel like I needed 2 Arkham pieces that were Batman. And I preferred the Knight armor. But I can definitely understand why people really liked that piece. Awesome piece. With 19 votes, we also have the XM Studios Samurai Batman 1/4 scale. I know a lot of you out there have that piece. Whew, another beautiful piece. I'm kind of glad that I didn't start collecting that line because I know I would probably want all of them. But man, for the collectors that are collecting that line, absolutely beautiful. Next up, also with 19 votes, we have the Prime 1 Studio Nightfall. This is another new piece, and it is gorgeous. Of course, it is from that infamous storyline with Bane where Bane breaks Batman's back. It is a fantastic statue. I love the colors on this piece. Man, I would have loved to have this in my collection because of the pop of color. I think it would have been amazing. Again, just don't have the room for it. I wish I did. But man, what a beautiful statue. Congrats to everybody that has that beautiful statue. With 21 votes, now we have 3 more that have 21 votes. So it tells you how close we were on maybe like 11, 12, 13. But 21 votes for the following. Prime 1 New 52 1/4 scale Batman. Again, a beautiful statue. We also have Batman Damned by Lee Bermejo in Prime 1 Studio. And then, of course, the Prime 1 Studio Justice League Batman 1/3 scale Ben Affleck. Oh my God, that could be, in my opinion, the best movie statue for sure ever produced. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Again, all 3 of those are ones that I would want for the collection. I'm still teetering on the New 52 Batman to put on my shelf over here. Time will tell. But man, what a beautiful statue that is. Actually, all 3 of those are amazing statues. All of these honorable mention ones are great. They're all fantastic. But I can see why maybe they didn't make the top 10. Okay? Which leads us to this moment. We're ready for number 1. Drum roll, please. The number 1 pick with 65 votes from the group, is the Prime 1 Hush Batcave Edition. Of course, Jim Lee, an epic statue. Now, I have not ordered this one yet, but this is one that I am definitely considering. Do I need to Hush Batman? No. Is this Batcave version iconic? Heck yeah. It is absolutely amazing. And I have a feeling that it'll probably end up in the Batcave. Just because I love it. I love it. It is so cool. I love the bats. I know some people have hated the forced perspective stuff on the base. I don't care. I love the cross hatching on the statue to make it look like it's right out of the comic book. And how cool would it look next to a Batman CGC 9.8? I have a feeling, I'm going to make a prediction, that that'll end up in the Batcave. You'll see that in the next room tour next year for sure. But anyway, what an amazing list, guys. I mean, good Lord, from top to bottom, what a list of the greatest Batman statues of all time. Again, there's some that we haven't mentioned. Tweeterhead's Batman is amazing. They have some smaller scale stuff as well. Sideshow, the OG, the Batman bust back here. It made the list, but didn't get enough votes to make the top 20. But again, there's so many great statues over the years. I would like to know in the comments down below, what do you list as your top 5? Okay, list your top 5 favorites in the comments down below. I would love to read them and see if you agree with our list or not. Are we way off? Are collectors insane? Let me know in your comments down below. I'd love to know because I love to read them. So anyway, thank you guys so very much. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. Also, click that notification bell, click the thumbs up button. That does help collectors just like you find this content. And again, I just can't thank you guys enough for taking the time to watch this video and being a part of this amazing, amazing circle of goodness that we've created here, this great statue community, this great collecting community. I love you all. I thank you guys so very much. As always, thank you so very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you right here in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today. I really, really appreciate it. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. And also, you might be interested in this video that we did not too long ago. So enjoy it. Thank you guys so very much for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. See you guys next time.